Alright, so today guys, we're going to be building a Minecraft Bedrock Edition iron farm. So, these are the resources you're going to need. You're going to need a lava bucket, a water bucket, either type of campfire, but the soul campfire is going to kill the iron golems a little bit quicker. You're going to want 4 hoppers, 2 chests, 3 signs of any type, 20 villagers, 20 of any job block, a bed, and then also a lighting source. Alright, so to start out, we're going to dig out a 5 by 5 area. Okay. Just going to clear that out. And then you're going to dig down one more. And this is going to be the killing area and the spawning area for the iron golems. So, then we're going to take our beds and our job blocks. Okay. And we're going to want to dig 3 down in any corner. Okay. And then dig 4 blocks this way and 4 blocks this way. And then you're going to want to clear this area out. Okay. So now that we've got a nice little 5 by 5 room down here, you're going to want to go down another 3 blocks and then do the same thing as we did up there. You're going to want to mine out 4 blocks and then 4 blocks, and then you're going to want to clear this area out. Alright, so down here is where we're going to place our 20 beds. So you're going to do 1 row of beds. Actually, okay. Probably be easier to do it this way. So, 1 row of beds, and then you can place another row of beds beneath that. So this is already 10 beds. And then we'll just do that same thing. Do 1 row of beds, and then 1 more row of beds. And then that should be 20 beds in total. We're going to place a torch down here so that nothing spawns in this area. And then we're just going to bridge up here. Now, we're going to put a torch in the middle so that zombies don't spawn in here, because this is where all of our villagers are going to be. And then you're going to break the bottom block on each side. And then you're going to place all of your job blocks here. So 5, 10, 15, and 20. So now that you have this all set up, you're going to want to find your way back up here. And you're going to want to get your villagers. Now, if you're not in creative, it's going to be a little difficult to get villagers over here. Now, you can either bring them from a village by minecart, or you could bring them over by boat. Doesn't really matter. As long as you can get 2 villagers down here initially. Okay? So the 2 villagers, you can see they're already connecting to the beds and then connecting to the job blocks. But then you can use either beetroots or potatoes or carrots or bread to breed these guys. And then eventually you should get 20 villagers. So we're just going to spawn ours in. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now, one thing you're going to want to watch for is you see these villagers who have the green cloaks and haven't taken jobs like the rest of these guys. These villagers we do not want in the farm, because if we have these guys, the farm will not work. The reason is because those guys can't actually take jobs. And also make sure that all of the guys have jobs and beds. This guy isn't connected to a fletching table, so obviously I accidentally spawned 1 extra. Now, once we have our 20 villagers in here, we can actually head out of there and close that off. So, this is obviously where the iron golems are going to spawn. So, you can now grab your water bucket, and you're just going to place it in one of the corners, and then it's going to flow into the opposite corner. And then you're going to grab your chests and your hoppers, and you're going to dig down right about here. You're going to break these 4 blocks quick. It's going to mess with the villagers a little bit, but as long as you do it quickly, it shouldn't affect them very much. Now, once we have this in place, we can break this block, place 1 chest, place another chest, and break the block above that. And then you can either put a stair like this to open it, or a glass block, or you could put a slab. It's pretty much up to you. But once that's set up, we have the chest. And then for the kill chamber, you're gonna grab your signs, your campfire, and your lava bucket. So the campfire is gonna go right here. And then you're gonna want a couple extra blocks that aren't flammable and build something like this. You're gonna place one sign right here, another sign right here, and your last sign right down there. And then you're gonna put your lava bucket up there. So, if the farm doesn't seem to be working, there are a couple reasons for that. One of those reasons being you spawned a, one of the green cloaked villagers down here, which obviously we don't really want. If that happened, it's a pretty easy fix. Just remove them from the farm and then make sure your villagers breed up a new villager. You can also set up a ladder system so you can actually get in here and trade with the villagers. It's a little more difficult to do this because you have to move around some of their stuff, but it is possible. Oh, also, if when placing the hoppers it broke the torch, just make sure you replace that torch. Another reason that your farm might not be working is because you don't have enough villagers. In this one, we should have enough. Yeah, so. And then one of the last reasons that your farm might not be working is that you are too close to a village. So if you are anywhere within 150 blocks of another villager, this farm isn't actually going to work. So you need to make sure there aren't going to be you need to make sure there aren't going to be any villagers within 150 blocks of this farm. So any trading halls, any villages, anything like that, just don't have them around the area, and then you should be good. Alright, now, if you guys wanted to build a farm over an ocean, just so that it's easier for you, make sure that no villages will be around all that. You're just going to want to make a 7x7 platform, put 20 beds on that platform, build another 7x7 platform, put all your fletching tables around that platform, and then build a 2-high wall. Inside of that 2-high wall is where you're going to have all your villagers, and then you put a roof above those 2 blocks where all your villagers are. You're going to set up your hoppers just like you did in the other farm with the chest, with the glass above it. On that roof, you're going to place 2 more sets of blocks around. By the lava, you're going to want to do 3 blocks. And then you're going to want to have leaves around the whole wall, and make sure that the sections around the lava all are slabs. You're going to just place your water like normal, place your lava, place your campfire, and then after that, you're all set up. As you can see, this farm has already produced a little bit of iron, so it has killed an iron golem, so this farm does work, the one above the ocean in the sky. If you wanted to do it this way, go right ahead. Just make sure that if you're making any platforms up here, you use blocks that mobs can't spawn on, so leaves are a pretty good one. Glass is a good block to use. They can't spawn on glass. If you're to take slabs, if you wanted to use slabs, don't put slabs on a block where it's going to be level to normal blocks. You're going to want it on the bottom half so that they can't spawn on that. So these blocks they won't be able to spawn on. I think, yeah, these are the main ones people use: leaves, glass, and then half slabs. So if you wanted to make any kind of platform so that you can AFK up here, that's what you would want to use, and you can just collect your stuff. If you wanted to make it an AFK platform, build it a little bit out from the farm, and then you can use glass or any block, I guess, that they are going to spawn on. Build a little room for yourself, and then you can just pop a door on that. if I actually grabbed a block that I could place a door. There we go. Yeah, so a little AFK room. Also, another good thing, you just want to make sure everything's lit up so that no bad mobs are spawning. So yeah, we've got the sky iron farm. We've got the one in the ground. If you wanted to put it near your base or if you wanted to have it over an ocean, either one works. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I had fun making this tutorial. If you have any other tutorials that you'd like me to make videos on for Bedrock Edition, let me know in the comments and I'll try my best. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.